welcome back to our channel, and today we are joined by the lovely Alex again. Yes, so nice, third video in a row. So we're going to be talking about something a little bit different to his previous videos, which is about the view that guys have of how girls think they should look. Is that right? Yeah. So obviously Alex spoke about in previous videos one of the reasons he got into the gym or took his gym goings a bit higher and a bit more extreme. Yeah, so Alex, if you want to tell us a bit about your experience and the reasons you got, I suppose, into training a bit more and your thoughts on how you should look and things.
Yeah, I think when you're talking about that, I think one of the first kind of issues that you sort of come to is I think a lot of young men, I guess, don't necessarily relate to women that well on the first place. So they'll think because men are by stereotype a lot more visual in terms of, you know, what they find attractive, they kind of think that it's the same way in reverse, and they think that, you know, like a woman will see a man with his top off and they'll react in the same way that they would if they saw like a naked girl. And obviously that's
so interesting.
Definitely not the case, but I think a lot of boys make that kind of like interpretation.
Yeah.
And then I think they think that if they look a certain way that they'll kind of, you know, get the same reaction, kind of elicit the same reaction from girls as they would if it was the other way around. And obviously it doesn't really work like that. And I think the main thing that you probably more tend to observe is that guys that develop the stereotypically attractive physique, they tend to more get comments from other straight guys that are trying to develop the same thing rather than girls. I think you see that a lot more, and it's kind of almost, first of all, you have like the sense of competition between men to want to be the best, because I think most men tend to have a desire to want to be the alpha male, for want of a better phrase, and being the biggest or the strongest kind of plays into that. But I think it's, rather than, you know, women reacting to it, I think it's much more other men reacting to it because of that sense of competition or because of that desire to, you know, think that they can be better than their friend or better than someone that they've seen at the gym or whatever. And that's obviously a very, very poor way to go into it. And then I think within that as well, then you'll sort of see, like, I guess you'll sort of look at maybe kind of like Hollywood actors who, like, women fancy, or we're told that women fancy, and they'll think that a woman fancies them, you know, just because of their body, or they'll think that, you know, women fancy them because they look a certain way. And obviously, like, yeah, that might play like a tiny part, or it might play more than a tiny part, but it's not, you know, it's not going to be like the only reason.
Yeah, do you know, that's so interesting that you say that, because like in movies, I think women go for more the character of the person and what they look like, and like their role in the movie. And if they're like the hero, it's because of like what they're doing and what they're achieving, and definitely not what they look like. I mean, I think, like you say, like it catches your eye maybe at first, but like I think as things go on, and like I think you could in public see a guy and think, oh yeah, he looks pretty good, but then it's normally like the first line of the conversation that can turn a girl either way. Definitely, I agree, not what they look like, and it's the same like movies.
But I think it's that kind of like misinterpretation and that kind of conception that kind of sparks it off. Yeah. And then I think you see other things going on. So, you know, you see TV programs again. I mean, I know we spoke about Love Island a little bit earlier, but Love Island's a great example where essentially with Love Island they're basically almost taking men that tick every characteristic that's perceived to be attractive and not actually is attractive. So, you know, they'll choose guys usually generally that are tall, fairly muscular, fairly lean, you know, fairly ripped, often have like tattoos, you know, trendy haircut, and it tends to be like the idea that, like, rather than them actually being attractive, these are the characteristics of what we're meant to think is attractive. So men see that, and they see women on, say, Love Island going for those men, and they think, again, it kind of further backs up that that's the way they have to look. And again, it's not. It doesn't work like that.
I think the women they put in there as well, though, are the typical women that possibly do go for guys just like that. And it's like with the guys that are in there, it's a small proportion. It's the same with the girls that have gone in there. they're the girls that look for aesthetics, like the guys that look for aesthetics. It's kind of like, it's like a small proportion of people, but then you're targeting like millions.
Yeah, absolutely.
That then think that that's the way. No, you're completely right.
And then obviously alongside that, then you have obviously the social media playing a part into that. So I mean, I've had to delete Instagram so many times because I go on it and it winds me up. But
really?
you'll see men posting topless photos of themselves, you know, standing under the best light they can find in their gym, changing room showers, standing at the best angle, tensing harder than they've like ever tensed anything before. And you'll see that photo and then they'll write a caption below, what's allegedly meant to be like a motivational caption. And then you'll see like 300,000 likes or something on it and you'll think, wow, people, you know, well, everybody must want to look like this. And then you go through the likes and you just see it's just other men that are training for the same thing. It's not women that have liked it, or it's not, you know, girls that have liked it. It's generally just men that think that that's the way they want to be as well.
And that, do you know, that's so funny because guys looking at other guys' photos, that is so common.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, do you know, I very rarely follow like another guy's account, and if I do, it's because they're like an actor or something, or someone that's doing something that I'm interested in. It's not to scroll through and look at six packs.
Yeah, why would you?
No,
it's a six pack. It doesn't really. It's nothing. Like it's genuinely nothing. But it just seems to kind of just be a sort of cycle that just kind of like continues.
I do think, like you say though, TV programs and stuff. Don't help.
Yeah, no, there's definitely elements of that as well.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't really know kind of how you kind of change it, because it's always going to be there.
It's like it's become a bit ingrained now, hasn't it? And
yeah.
It's hard because I think a lot of the time as well, people can know deep down, but then there's always that wanting, like you say, wanting to look like that, maybe for your own self-esteem as well. Yeah. But then
I mean, and there's something to be said for it being for your own self-esteem as well, because obviously, you know, if looking better makes you feel better, then that's fine, that's good. But I think as well, a lot of younger guys probably, you know, have their first interactions with girls and it probably doesn't go as well as they think it's going to do. And in their head they think it's because they don't look a certain way, or they think it's because, you know, they're not big enough, tall enough, or whatever it is. And rather than looking at like the internal issues within themselves and thinking like maybe I could be like a better person, or maybe I could be funnier, maybe I could be more charismatic, they think, well, if I get bigger, that will change it. And I think it's just the idea that for most people, you know, if something's not right internally, the best thing to do is to do something externally to change it, and thinking that by doing that, everything else will kind of fall into place. And obviously, again, it doesn't work that way. Okay guys, well, that's all we had to say on that subject, and we hope it helped. And if you have any questions, post them below, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!